This is KPRC TV Channel 2, Houston, Texas. It's 6 o'clock.
Houston's 24-hour news channel.
And it is time now for the Channel 2 News 6 p.m. report, Thursday, May 13th, 1993. Good evening, everybody. I'm Bill Bellez alongside Jen Carson and news. What's happening on Channel 2 News at 6. Our top story at 6 in Houston, where a school bus window was shot at by someone wielding a small caliber gun Wednesday. In one of perhaps a dozen attacks this week on drivers along a busy stretch of Interstate 10. Fat West Houston Police said. Bob Nicholas has a report. No students were aboard the bus and no one was being injured in the shooting. Houston Police spokesman Robert Earth said. But police were beefing up patrols and asking for any clues that could help to catch the shooter, who apparently uses a BB gun or a pellet gun to fire pot shots from a moving vehicle along a 50-mile stretch highway. Some victims are given sketchy. Reports of seeing two men in a red 1990 Chevrolet pickup truck of a 90 model or new one, said. Police reviewed 4 reports of the snap and bundled out at least 15 calls Tuesday night, he said. The thing is considered is that some of these calls may be repeat calls, so it's decided to be kind of hard to get an accurate count on exactly how many we got here. But we're saying roughly a dozen reports that we know of, first said. The shooter is targeting moving vehicles on the inbound lanes of the Interstate 10, also called the Katy Freeway, from the West Loop to past Highway 6. Until Wednesday, the attacks mostly occurred between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. and targeted vehicles such as Ford Explorers and Chevrolet Suburbans, Earth said. They got the big back windows and bigger target, I suppose, he said. It's basically they had the window shot out even in the back of the truck or car. They have side window shot out by the rear door of a school bus carrying a driver and a teacher's aide was shot at around 6:30 on Wednesday. Hearst and authorities were unsure whether the attack was the work of the same suspects or copycat phone reports of the shootings on Tuesday night on television. Well, now it doesn't look to be an escalation type thing, Hearst said. Bob Nicholas, Channel 2 News. In Austin, the Texas House on Wednesday endorsed a proposal that could have a 6-week student suspension from extracurricular activities under the No Pass, No Play rule. The 6-week suspension from sports and outdoor activities was a key element in the landmark 1984 school reforms of Bill 72, but House members argued that the 6 weeks is too strict to discourage many students and keeps some from attempting more challenging courses. Representative Mark Stiles, Democrat of Beaumont, offered the option of rolling back suspension to 3 weeks and an amendment to a larger bill designed to reduce the state requirement on schools. A move to kill an amendment was rejected 117-26 and sponsors of the larger bill and accepted Stiles' proposal. His amendment would have been given campus principals the option of limiting the suspension after 3 weeks if students make no grades lower than 70 or out of a 2 to 100. During that period, if a student did receive a grade below 70 in any class, the suspension would continue for the full 6 weeks.
Some good organic vegetables.
Elliot's got a bumper crop.
No Pass, No Play in the present form does not promote success for students. All I'm asking for today is a modification so the child is passed and they can participate. Representative Lynn B. Landbarger, who heads the House Public Education Committee, called the move a retreat from high academic standards. I think the reason is No Pass, No Play is put in was because we made a commitment in the state to cabinet excellence business. Landbarger, Democrat of Manchaca. That's far more important than any extracurricular activity, whether it's football, whether it's basketball, whether it's band. We have to be concerned about how well kids perform on academics. There's absolutely no reason to change from 6 weeks to 3 weeks. She argued. Stiles and other supporters of a rollback said that there was because of the length of seasons, many extracurricular activities, and because before 6 weeks suspension for the student is up. It's a death penalty against good say, said Representative Robert Sanders, Democrat of LaGrange. Houston City Council approved a measure Wednesday that gives women 2/3 more toilets than public venues than men. Now, any new or refurbished concert hall arena must provide 3 toilets for every 200 women as opposed to 1 toilet for every 400 men plus 100. The urinal every 300 males. Party parity for Houston comes nearly 3 years after Dennis Wells was ticketed for using the men's room during a George Strait concert at the 7th. Wells 36 was acquitted after complaining that only alternate was to wait for 30 women in front of her. Tragedy in Lamarque as a man was wounded Wednesday afternoon during a shootout outside a convenience store where children often gather to play video games after school. Horace Tizano, 36 of 1003. Pirtle was shot 2 times on the leg shortly after 2 p.m. outside a store on Pirtle Street and Cedar Drive. He was taken by ambulance to a University of Texas Medical Branch Hospital where he is undergoing surgery at present time. Rodney Johnson, 47, who lives in 18 and block of Thompson Street in Lamarck, was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and his bond was set at $40,000. Charges pending against Tizano. Police have recovered a .30 caliber handgun and a .20 caliber pistol. The shooting shattered a glass window near the spot where the store clerk's dead but full boy is off to the line to play. At the time of the shooting, however, the boys at the back room door injuries were reported. The shooting began when one round was fired at. Saturdays walked out to the front door to the 7-weekday convenience store, said Sergeant Dennis Maddock, who supervised the investigation. The bullet missed just when it shattered the store's front door to the large refrigerator. Maddock said Tate, who was in the store's parking lot, was hit in the leg with a bullet from the .30 caliber handgun. Maddock said that Tizano fell to the ground and hit again, and he tried to call early. 6 rounds were fired at him, Maddock said. After Tizano shot 3 men, carried him to the front steps of the house near the store and called him. And in Texas City, a federal court has taken a Texas site in the Texas City off the Superfund cleanup list. Responsible for the abandoned smelter were now arrested within state agencies. Environment Protection Agency spokesman said Wednesday. Spokesman with the Texas Water Commission could not be reached for comment. Larry Kirch, an attorney representing the Texas Tin Corporation, said the EPA never proved its case that the site was minute arsenic into the air. Kirch said that Texas now could consider legal action against the EPA. The initial decision to put them out of the list put Texas out of business. Kirch said they couldn't get any other supplies. Supplies were reluctant still to Texas because of all companies that are involved in the operation be held liable for the cleanup, he added. Texas former smelting site on State Highway 146 was taken off the Superfund list after the U.S. Court of Appeals by the District Court of Columbia ruled Tuesday that the EPA had not proved hazards were sufficient to warrant in its placement on the national priorities list. EPA spokesman Dave Berry said that litigation focused on the extent which the toxic material at the Texas Tin site posing an air pollution hazard. He said it was scored against a variety of factors that certain score puts a site on the Superfund list, and the courts find the list that the EPA had failed to prove its claims on arsenic dropped Texas Tin score below the need to put that on the list. The Superfund list was established in 1988. Chocolate and truck societies in need of cleanup, Berry said. Roger Beecham, a spokesman for the EPA's regional office in Dallas, said it was rare for that a Superfund site that is dropped from the list.
And we want to take you with us.
Captain Flanders Henry Rosenberg died on May 12, 1893, will be honored May 22nd in Rosenberg Library. A delegation from the native Britain, Switzerland, along with students from Rosenberg Elementary School, will attend the ceremony reception here.
Go to wheeloffortune.com and enter the solution for your chance to win.
Galveston spent about $1 million, never happened, right? Well, one of the 7 lucky finalists will go home from Galveston today with a $1 million in the bank after the 22nd Texas Lottery $1 million drawn. The rings part of the festivities today. Galveston Chamber of Commerce 2nd Annual Business Expo will be rerun at 6 p.m. The expo runs from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. today.
50% off materials and 50%.
At Melody Civic Center, 21 Seawall Boulevard. Each of the 7 finalists will win at least $10,000 today. 2 will win $15,000, 1 $25,000, 1 $50,000, and 1 in the $1 million jackpot. Lottery receives about 70,000 qualified scratch-off tickets for every drawing. Said Abby Pina, Lottery drawings assistant. The 7 finalists will be chosen from that pool. Dwayne Walsh, 25, and Jacksonville didn't like the odds, so he set the deck. Walsh, who buys about 30 tickets a week, says that 22 eligible tickets to this drawing. He plans to pay out bills with a guaranteed $10,000. Lawyer Jacob, 41 in Thorndale, said that he's received plenty of advice on how where to spend the money. I had a guy who owns a turkey farm call me up and tell me it's a great investment. Cope said I never did like turkey much.
Smile on your provide for your family. Never giving up.
Angler Clifton, 6'4", Mesquite said her 16-year-old great grandson had shown great poise. Santa Fe step from the Galveston County Health District at some of the consequences of teenage sexual activity Tuesday for a committee study in the issue in the Santa Fe Independent School District. Channel 2 News reporter Dan Welk has a report. The committee will make a recommendation May 26 to Superintendent Richard Onley about what health education curriculum should be implemented in the district. The curriculum will include sex education. School officials have said that it's leading contender among the sex education curriculum in sex report, which features an evidence-based approach. Dr. Ralph Morrison, health district director, told the committee he is concerned about HIV infection among teens. She also warned that the coming consequences of high dropout rates, which are often driven up by teen pregnancies, went into the millions of dollars. Morris also said that very little had been done in the schools regarding sex education until the advent of AIDS in 1986. If we're going to make an impact on the AIDS epidemic, we are going to have to be very proactive at giving the children and the population in general a way to protect themselves, he said. Susan Studebaker, health district nurse, told the committee that younger and younger children are seeking birth control. Several 12 to 13 to 14-year-olds covered every week. She said it adapted 5 years ago. We have a 13-year-old covered too. Our clinical was pregnant and for the second time. Moth also showed an unanimous short documentary in which several teenage mothers from the Texas City and the Lamar Years outlined a common thread of actions that led to us making decisions during among the causes of drinking and using drugs and failing to communicate with their parents. I wish every 12-year-old and their parents were in the kind of could sit and watch this film, Moore said. The committee also be scheduled to meet again May 26th before the recommendation is made to own B.
Back at it here, phrase. That's the category, and Gabriel, you're the spinner.
Galveston, a bar owner was hit by a car, died like to that Copper Tracer. Somebody of 1617 57th Street died at the University of Texas Medical Branch Hospital. Jules Leon Perkins at 37 and 83rd Street was charged with involuntary manslaughter in connection with the accident. Bond was set at $2,000. Charles was struck by Mercedes at 9 p.m. Tuesday as they searched for the truck of his gray car, which was parked in front of a neighborhood tavern at 43rd Street and Avenue S. He was getting quarters for his cash register when he was at police said.
Yeah, 4 teams. More than $1,800 for you.
Crystal Beach, 3 brick-sized bundles of cocaine have washed ashore in Bolivia Peninsula since Friday. The bundles were found near well overpass. 2 bundles were found Wednesday afternoon and 1 was found Friday, said Greg Fontaine, 9th Department Deputy Constable. The cocaine was valued at $300,000. Fontaine said, "Dope washes up on these beaches all the time," he said. "It's not every day you can find a kilo, but every few months people find cocaine and marijuana bundles on this beach." Fontaine speculates that the cocaine was failed from a failed airdrop of boats transfer that went our way in rough seas. More and more smuggling has been occurring on the upper Texas coast because of the inability of law enforcement agents to monitor these areas, and drops occurred more frequently, he said. The bundles wrapped in rubber and clear tape were turned over to U.S. Customs Service officials, Fontaine said. In Austin, a 28-year-old man testified Wednesday that a woman's request for him to wear a condom proved that he wanted to have sex even though he randomly walked in an apartment and confronted her with a knife. Joe Valdez took the stand in his own defense, acknowledged that he did not have a permission to enter the women's apartment last September 16th. "I wasn't invited, that's where I made a mistake." Valdez said during 2 hours of testimony, "I should have gone home, but I didn't." Instead, he stirred around the women's apartment about 3 a.m., then picked up a steak knife after hearing noise coming upstairs. Valdez said, "When I heard the noise, I got scared and I picked up the knife," he added. After walking upstairs and investigating the noise, he confronted the women who had said he had no clothes on to put his knife down and the two had sexual intercourses. According to Valdez, she said, "Don't ever scare me with that knife again," he said. "She told me not to hurt her and I said I wouldn't hurt her. She told me to do us her a favor. She told me to wear a condom, so I did. She told the package off, she'd put it on me and we were making love after that." Prosecutors then presented the case to a second grand jury, which indicted Valdez in October. The defense rested this case Wednesday, the second day of its trial. The jury was expected to begin deliberations Thursday. On a grueling examination by prosecutor David Kantz, Valdez said, "Raped her, didn't you?" Valdez replied, "That's what you call it, yes." In sententious truth for testimony Tuesday, the woman said that rather than fight Valdez, she pleaded with him to wear a condom. "I knew there was much I couldn't do to prevent what was going to happen." The woman said, "I thought myself I could protect myself from dying from AIDS." The woman said that she gave him 2 condoms at different times as he made her perform sexual acts, which were several. Valdez said he was drunk when he went to the women's apartment and was looking for someone to party with. He said he didn't know who lived there and I didn't have no intent when I went in. Previously, at a national talk show, Valdez said he knew the apartment belonged to the women with his daughters. And condom was one being brought out by the cuts under the cross-examination. Valdez said he even never confessed to police that he had raped the woman.
Hey, I'm enrolling here.
Huntsville State Attorney said they were certain that Leon Herrera deserved to be executed Wednesday and dismissed claims by Herrera and his attorneys that he was innocent of killing a South Texas police officer nearly 12 years ago. Herrera, 45, received lethal injection early Wednesday after more than a 4-hour delay as defense attorneys unsuccessfully tried to use the polygraph test to convince the federal courts that Herrera was innocent. They state contended the tests were flawed and inaccurate. The evidence of his guilty is truly overwhelming. Charles Palmer, Assistant Attorney General, said after Herrera's execution took place, where will be 1 year's evidence of guilt and segregated of his case. Herrera's attorney presented polygraph test not normally allowed in his evidence to state in federal courts. From relatives with incidents, but Raul was the man who shot last Fresno's police officer Enrique Carrasco during the traffic stop. The polygraph test also blamed Raul Herrera, who himself was gunned down in 1984, killed a state trooper David Reckenbo, Missouri, on September 29, 1981. "I was innocent, Herrera said in his last statement.
1 N. That's it.
New Orleans, a conference of federal judges took the first step Wednesday toward impeaching U.S. District Judge Robert F. Claus, who was in prison for taking a $100,000 bribe from a convicted drug smuggler. The 19-member conference of judges from Louisiana, Mississippi, and Texas sent word to the full 26-member Judicial Conference of the United States that funds grants to impeach Collins. The full conference may reach call this impeachment of the U.S. House of Representatives. Federal judges are appointed for life and can be removed by Congress. Clause 60 continues to draw $125,000 interstate wall, serving a sentence of almost 7 years. Clause 1 of the first black federal judge in the Deep South, and John Ross said, publicly conducted dual businessman was convicted in 19 when a June of bribery, conspiracy, and obstruction of justice. Federal prosecutors that are convicted of drug smuggling acted as an FBI informant, and Clause said Ross had a $1,000 lenient sentence.
No, ma'am. Gabriel, try again.
In Austin, the Texas Senate approved an education funding reform plan Wednesday that would shift $40 billion in business property from the tax bill to the state's richest school districts and the poorest. We have taken the biggest step that the state of Texas has ever tried to take to give them poorest school districts the same access to funds that other school districts in the Texas have. A Senate Education Committee Chairman Bill Ratcliffe, Republican and President, after his measure was approved 27-4. The bill would deprive a portion of the $600 billion in the statewide property wealth growth to go to the House, but consideration of school consolidation proposal has been developed in the House. But leaders there have postponed the measure while they're waiting the Senate bill. Lawmakers have a June 1st court deadline to pass a constitutional plan to even out a funding available to school districts that have different property wealth face an order cut enough state education aid. School districts rely on state aid and local property taxes property wealth differences historically have resulted in large funding disparities. To emphasize the importance of meeting the June 1st deadline, Governor Enrich has planned a live broadcast Thursday to be offered to television stations during the evening newscast. If HA Texas children are at stake, we must make this court order or face the eventual closing of our schools. For our GOP senators voted against Ratcliffe's measure Wednesday, Jane Nelson of Flower Mound, J.E. Buster Brown of Lake Jackson, Don Henderson of Houston, and John Leon in Dallas. I think you're going to have some angry business people, but not just business people, but communities who have worked so hard in the area of economic development to attract those businesses to these areas, Mrs. Nelson said. President Clinton proposes funding to guarantee new taxes reducing deficit. As saying he didn't blame America for the distress in Washington, President Clinton on Wednesday proposed put it on.
Featuring private bungalows, a world-class spa, kids club, free restaurants, and more. Start planning.
Money raised from new taxes and spending cuts in a trust fund dedication to reducing the nation's huge budget deficit. Waco bulldozers hired by federal government railed across the Branch Davidian compound Wednesday working on the site as a safety step, official said. They're just feeling whole so people won't fall into the pit, said Jeff Jamar, a FBI special agent in charge during the 51-day stand-up with a cult. They're just taking in kerosene, at least one attorney for a surviving cult member always assured the compound about Jack Zimmerman, who clamped down in the stand-up's conclusion, said the action will prevent independent investigation action by the FBI and the Bureau of Alcohol and Tobacco and Firearms. In Austin, the living, dying concealed handgun proposal lives again. Lieutenant Governor Bob Bullock said Wednesday he would allow the Senate to consider the measure rather than have it jeopardize a penal code overhaul that is statute. There's too much at stake in the Graham bill to jeopardize it, Bullock said. Okay, on to the winner now. Here now is Doug Johnson. Okay, thank you very much, Bill and Jan. Right now, current conditions at 6 p.m. reports. Hobby at 84 with a dew about 60, a humidity of 44%, barometer 29.80, and a visibility 50 miles per hour. Intercontinental 83 degrees with a dew about 62 and a humidity of 48 and a barometer 29.78 and visibility 20 miles. And Galveston's got a temperature of 83 with dew point about 60, humidity 46%, barometer 81 and a visibility of 50 miles. Okay, let's take a look at our...
This is the final week. If you're thinking about buying outdoor furniture or anything at Jordan's, don't wait because it can be yours free. The Monster Repeat ends this Sunday. Buy now. If the Red Sox win the World Championship this season, it'll be yours free. Right now, spend $9.99 or more on outdoor furniture and get a free mailbox and cedar post from our friends at Walpole Outdoors. It's almost a $300 value and it's yours free. The Monster Repeat ends this Sunday. Don't miss it.
I have another toss-up. It's our third of the night. Fun and games. That's the category. Well, let's go. Here we go.
Tic-tac-toe.
Yes. $4,000. What are you doing is the category. There it is. And something I'm going to give a real flat spin. And I spin it.
Okay. Current conditions, man. Texas 83 in Beaumont, 83 in Galveston, 85 in Victoria, 86 in Corpus Christi, 87 in San Antonio, 87 in Laredo. It is 86 in Harlingen. It is 87 in Austin, 84 out in Round Rock, 85 in Waco, 85 in Fort Hood, 83 in Dallas Fort Worth 82 in Abilene, 83 in Odessa, 84 in Lubbock, 78 in Amarillo, 83 in El Paso, 73 in Albuquerque, 69 in Santa Fe, 74 in Oklahoma City and Tulsa, 77 out, 71 in Little Rock, it's 70 in Memphis, 76 in Baton Rouge, and 77 in New Orleans. There, and 80 in Tyler, and 70 in Wichita Falls. Current conditions about it today shows showers of thunderstorms from the Georgia stretch on in the coastal Carolinas, and we also had rain showers from Alabama down to Mississippi, and 70 Parkland and Pleasant for much of the eastern third of the nation, with some showers of thunderstorms from extreme northern Wisconsin up in the north central Minnesota down to southeastern North Dakota, and some showers of thunderstorms from northern Utah down to southern Idaho, and showers and some warm zones from southern Arizona, and light showers from northern tip of Calvin and southern western portions of Oregon, while some sunny, pleasant conditions on Texas and north in the Rockies, and pleasant conditions in the west. Okay, let's take a look at our forecast for the Houston and vicinity. Go like this for tonight. Fair with a low in the upper 60s here, and marine forecast for today. Tonight, north wind to 10 to 15 knots for Port Arthur to Port O'Connor, and seas 2 to 4 feet, and Port O'Connor to Brownsville. Tonight, north east wind about 10 knots and seas 2 to 4 feet. And high tide about 11:30 p.m. and low tide 6:48 p.m. Sunset 8:06 p.m. In our county extended forecast, Friday staying with the highs in the low 80s. Saturday, Pawtucket lows in the 60s inland and 70s and coast, and highs from the 80s and coast and the 90s inland. Sunday, Pawtucket lows in the 60s inland and the 70s and coast, and highs from the 80s coast to the 90s inland. And Monday, Pawtucket lows from 60s inland and the 70s and coast, and highs from 80s and coast to 90s inland. That's the way of the weather. I'm Dr. Johnson, and here now, Craig Roberts with sports. Okay, thank you, Mr. Johnson. Tonight, the Houston Rockets have tonight off, and tomorrow, the Rockets and the Seattle Supersonics will be practicing for Game 3 showdown at the Summit on Saturday night at 8 p.m. here. As the Seattle Coliseum crowd chanted sweep, sweep, sweep. As Game 2 ended, as the next 2 games will be best of 7 series will be held Saturday and Sunday in Houston, and the Seattle Sonics lead the series 2 games to none. And Rudy Tomjanovich will try to keep his team intact and try to avoid being swept at the Summit in Houston, as Games 3 and be held Saturday night at 8 p.m. and Sunday, and the game you can see right here on Channel 2. The Astros have an add-up. Tomorrow they'll be at the Astrodome taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers in the weekend series here.
Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it.
Now Symbicort significantly improves my lung function, starting within 5 minutes, and that makes a difference in my...
For Lamarck's track team, the victory at the recent 4A Region 3 was an error one. The Cougars top Benham by just poop point, but a mate being decided on final event as they head into the state meet Friday in Austin. However, the Cougars can't help but think that a few narrow losses. Seniors Andrew Callis and Keith Washington were both eliminated at the regional meet, finishing third in the 800 meters and 400 meters respectively. In both cases, Callis and Washington were given the ride at the same time as the runners will finish in the second of the races. The finish place was determined by the finish line and camera. I didn't know it had happened on this occasion. Cougar head coach Ross Cannell said of the photo finish just about after the scene where it happened, and with the same team in the back-to-back races is very rare. With those 2 performances removed from the Cougar state roster, the chances of a Lamarck state title rests in with a mile relay team and junior hurdle Lee Hutton. The Cougars will also need some favorable breaks in the scoring development at the state meet. We expect to get 30 points, and Gurnall said right now, at times going into the state, nobody looks like they can get over 38 points. But a few mistakes here and there, and the state track meet as a way of bringing out weakness we could be in the running. Gurnall points to the team's veteran to make up as a factor in the favor Friday. The team, which includes Hutton, Callis, Washington, and junior Alvis Moon as run. Dixon, after capping off at 12-0 district round, the Dixon Gators are definitely looking to play a few more games. 5 games will be nice, a round number. By playing 5 more games, the Gators will find themselves playing for the state a 4A title. The first game, however, is against a team that knows quite a bit to the road, the Dish Falk Field in Austin and Bridge City. Champion of District 24 4A traveled that path last year, reaching the state finals before Brown and Robertstown. Dixon and Brady City are scheduled to meet in the area of Buena 4A playoffs at 7:30 p.m. and Tuesday at Humboldt High School. And Dixon High head coach Ben Potter believes the team is in for a tough playoff opener. They are well-managed team. Potter said they play good defense and their pitchers know their strengths. Potter saw the Cardinals have a trio of good pitchers, but none of the three will be a threat to the blow to the bail by cater hitters. All night they have two lefties and a right-hander. He said they are not overpowering and they don't really have an overpowering pitcher. It's going to come down to who makes the fewest mistakes. Galveston and Ball High Tours are in the same place they are a year ago, but this time their view is different. Just like last year, the Tours are prepared to enter the state baseball playoffs. Unlike last year, Ball has a higher, different perspective. This year, the Tours plan to stick around a little longer. The Tours 19-7 open play Wiggins, Baytown lead 18-7 at 7 p.m. on Friday at Tornado Whitecap Field. A year ago, Ball was bounced from the playoffs in the first round of the eventual 5A state champion Braeswood. We were so happy to meet in the big show last year, said Tours coach Kerry Key. Probably would be trying to be able to stay around a little longer, which is exactly what the Tours plan to do this year. After winning the District 23 5A championship, Ball has picked a role in mind this. Just being into the postseason, you're not satisfied until you take the pretty girl to the prom, said Key. Last year we saw her up in the stands. This year we won the dance with her. Last year Ball High making its first appearance in the baseball playoffs since 1978. Key said that you won't catch the Tours in all of being in the playoffs this time around. That's a different mentality from this year to the last year, said Key. Last year we wanted to win, be happy and to be there, and this year we wanted to win.
Oh, I can see you were just about to say vivid imagination.
Oh, yeah, that
Indianapolis AJ Fort may really be serious about trying to qualify for his 36th Indianapolis 500. The four-time winner who has competed against almost half of the drivers who have ever started Indianapolis already had one more day of practice than he did it this time a year ago. And his mind insists that getting his last protege Ricky Bobby Golden in the lineup and in his primary goal and he preparing in his own car just as he is. Always has, I'm going to play it by ear, said the 58-year-old driver from Houston. I'm not going to do nothing in this late stage of my life. I always screwed up this 3 years ago and I don't want to be crippled money. But my life, I can afford to injure my legs again. If everything works good and feels good, I'll do it. And if not, I'll just sit and watch. Fort's first practice laps this year were on Tuesday. Last year, he waited until Wednesday, 3 days before the start of the qualification. He qualified. On his second day of time trials, started 23rd and still went in at the end, finished 9th. His best showing since he went in the quasi-retirement in 1990. Ford hasn't had rhythm in the race since last year's Indy 500. Last year, all I wanted to, but all I did was fill the field, and I was fortunate to finish that. But that's not my style race, and said Ford, the all-time IndyCar leader with 6 victories, but none since '81. If I qualify, I'm qualifying for one reason, and that's not just to make the race. Believe me. Foyt, who drove in his first Indianapolis 500 back in '58, has competed against 242 of the 596 drivers who had been started in 76 races since 1911. He won in 1961, 64, and 67, and in 1970 became the first four-time winner in history at the Indy 500. His record, 12,272 1.5 miles in competition at Speedway's 2.5 mile track, is almost 2,000 more than his nearest rival, Al Unser Sr. Foyt ran 12 of 15 races in 1989, 14 and 16 in 1990, the last 2 years of regular competition on the IndyCar circuit. Serious leg injuries that caught Lake Wisconsin late in the 1990 season kept him out of racing until the fall of May. When he went after the 99 when Indy 500 will be his last. He started from the middle of the front row, but finished 3 after his car was damaged by debris from a crash involving Roberto Guerrero and Kevin Colgate when he came back in 1992. He did not ever say he had decided to retire. Last year, he not scored in a champion endurance racer would be his primary team driver, but never ruled out and never tried Indy driving himself. And that's me for the Challenger News at 6 o'clock on this May 13, 1993. I'm Bill Bison alongside Jen Carlson and Doug Johnson and Craig Robinson. I hope you have a good evening. Coming next time, Channel 2 will be You Bet Your Life for Bill Cosby. We'll be back for the Channel 2 News at 10. Have a good evening. See you at 10.